NZV8s. It's the third and final showdown in the Fujitsu 200 to wrap up a mighty weekend at Manfeild, a wet weekend at Manfeild. What lies ahead? 20 laps to sort out who's going to take that lead to Pukekohe, and the chase for the title is the BP Ultimate Grid. He knows all about winning from pole here. Angus Fogg did it last year alongside him, Dale Williams.
Row 2 sees the first of the 4 GM battle, Alan McHarrison, Andrew Anderson.
Then it's Hepburn and Tulloch, the two South Islanders side by side.
Then following on from the 4 GM battle, Andy Knight and Dave Stewart.
Paul Pedersen, watch out for him with the Tiger Cat Ford alongside the Commodore of Nick Ross.
Then we have two hard chargers, Simon Richards and Timmy Edgell.
John Penny, enjoying his driving at the moment. So too is Adam Brook, watch out for him, very good on the wet.
Then we have Michael Bristow and new boy Eddie Bell.
Luke Yulden out of Melbourne, out of Manukau, Andrew Porter.
Then we get to the hard chargers and two past champions, Paul Manuel and Kane Scott.
Beard and Booth, their private battle for third in the championship, side by side.
And in the last row, Johnny McIntyre and the hard man, Dean Perkins.
So we've had plenty of drama this weekend. There he is, the man that has a 2-point lead over a frustrated Kane Scott as the safety car gets off the track. Buckle up, NZV8s ready to roar. You know what these ones are like, Mark Pedersen?
Been there and done it. Look at Kane Scott towards back there. Cars starting to pan out, all looking for visibility already. Race hasn't even started.
Timmy Edgell trying to get a blinder down the outside, I think, and the Chester's Ford Falcon 3 wide through the mid-pack.
Keep in mind, the first 3 cars have visibility. Everybody, oh, look at the car. Headlights starting to get on the grass.
Good start by Dale Williams. Bit of drama there. Just going a little bit wide. That's the Chester's Ford Falcon, Timmy Edgell, right on the edge here at Manfeild in the wet.
Unfortunately, we saw him go down the outside, maybe stayed out there a little bit too long, got a little bit hung out the drive. Right here is the key. You can see the cars everywhere, 4 abreast.
Splashing their way.
That's the problem we have, Clint. There's a lot of standing water on the inside of the corners. Now, that is going to get pumped out of there in the next 2 or 3 laps when the cars come through. But there's so much rain here, those puddles are going to reform the minute the cars have been through it.
So hard racing in the wet too with all that spray.
Left front tyre. I reckon that's rubbing on the guard. I think we should stop, do it under safety car.
That's Kane Scott. That's drama for Kane Scott.
Yeah, a little bit of contact on the opening lap. The problem the teams and the drivers face, because it's wet, you can't actually see the smoke. You can smell it. Craig Beard, at least he's been consistent with the other 2 races and fallen off in this one too.
He's speedway driving. He wants to have a go in the sprint cars, and look at that. He's treated United Video. He should be down at Palmerston North, not at Fielding. Look at Fogg, he's taken the lead after a slow start from Dale Williams.
Yeah, but Dale Williams was carrying a lot of car speed. Keep in mind, Angus has a lot of mileage, a lot of experience in this. Andrew Anderson, that is the wrong thing to be doing. Contact in the rain, come on guys.
Fishtailing their way down the front straight towards turn 1.
Yeah, look, that's just dangerous, silly stuff.
If anyone spins on a straight because I can't see.
So, sounds like, is that more drama for Kane Scott?
Not too sure, couple of cars here just jostling for
Dave
position.
Stewart, he's gone wide and spins.
Paul Pedersen involved in that as well.
Reverse grid Sunday, buckle up, anything can happen, and it surely is again in the NZV8s. Fogg's out in front, Williams, Anderson, Inky Tulloch's up there.
Inky Tulloch's having a good race, strong 4th position.
Adam Brook charging up, Eddie Bell, that's McHarrison. The Tiger Cat Ford of Paul Pedersen, Bristow down the inside. No love lost between him and Nick Ross, side by side. Team based in Pyro, he's out of Pukekohe. Nick Ross from Cambridge, the earth mover down there. All they're moving today is water spray.
Yeah, these are such horrible conditions to have to drive in. These guys are all paid professional motor racing drivers. They have no option, but it's not easy.
Andrew Anderson. Late and hard, squeezing under brakes. Williams coming back.
It's not over yet, though. These guys actually...
Look at Fogg sideways, Anderson sideways. They're all sideways.
The problem all these drivers face, not only at Manfeild but any other circuit for that matter, is that the minute they get on the ripple strips or any of the painted curbs, it's like hitting marbles or hitting ice. The cars get so slippery, with so much power on, you have very little control over the cars.
And stay off the ripples around here in the wet at Manfeild, that's the key.
It will, though. If you hit them, they'll come back and bite you in these conditions.
On board with, what must be going through the mind of...
It's actually Johnny McIntyre's car.
Exactly.
He just has to be patient. He's got to wait for the gaps to open up in front of him, capitalise on them when he can.
Just like that with John Penny down the inside. They carry some fantastic speed through here, staying away from those ripples into splash.
Yeah, you'll see here what happens. Maybe there was a puddle on the inside there because he seemed to hit something that just made the car drift towards the middle of the circuit.
Fantastic shots of these cambered corners around mighty Manfeild. Boom!
Keep in mind, Johnny McIntyre's in this somewhere. There he is. Now, where's Luke Gilden, the power-built car? Okay, Johnny McIntyre, he's running out of options. He's got car to the right. Slow car slightly in front of him. What do you do?
It's a NZV8 sandwich at the moment. Who's going to muscle up? He's got past Kane Scott. He's had troubles.
Yeah, see, that's Luke Gilden going around the outside. He's got a good run on the inside here now. Now he's got to try to capitalise. Get a good run down the inside of Luke Gilden. The spray is the key here. It's very hard to see anything once you get out line.
Oh, it's hard to see anything anywhere, let alone in the car. Look at the spray there down the straight. It seems to be getting heavier, that rain.
What we just saw is exactly what the drivers experience inside the car. It's basically just a sheet of blindness in front of you.
Paul Pedersen and the Tiger Cat Ford down the inside of Timaru's John Hepburn.
All the mirrors on all these cars are all tucked in. That proves how close the racing was in the first couple of laps.
Slippery, treacherous conditions here today at Manfeild. The NZV8s, Bristow and Hepburn down towards Splash.
Yeah, Bristow's just setting himself up probably for running for the hairpin.
Big shot is Splash.
Whoa! Pink Shun, all right. That's Paul Pedersen.
Flag.
Drama for Andy Booth and the Big Ben Pies Commodore. What's happened here, Mark?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. Maybe a bit of oil. Paul.
The tyres have done their job and protected the safety marshals. That's great for a start.
The main thing is as well, Paul Pedersen's out of the car walking past, so he's safe.
Right, let's take a look. This is on board the judicial cameras which they run for the officials to look at any incidents. So you're on board with the Tiger. He just hit the ripple strip. And now he's a passenger. Ow! Man. Talking about more drama, the race has been red flagged and Kane Scott's in the pits. Let's go to Roger Davis.
Well, while all the cars are in Parc Ferme, Kane Scott's, I think he'd obviously got permission to come into the pits here and change the left front tyre that I believe had a slight leak in it, and also the damage to the left front guard. So as you can see there, the guys are working on that and they're getting back out on the track. So a little bit of confusion down here whether he's allowed to do it or not, but obviously they wouldn't be doing it unless he's got permission.
I think you find what's happened here, Roger, is they actually come in when there's a little bit of confusion with the yellow flag just to repair that guard rubbing on the tyre.
Then it changed to the red, and let's take a look at what happened where he got the damage. This is early on in the race, and a bit of rubbing and racing, and obviously it's caught out one of the tyres on the Fujitsu heat pump Ford.
The problem Kane Scott has, the car is fogging up. You can hardly see outside the front window. I doubt he actually knows where half the cars are around him at this stage.
Just like what happened in the first race. So while his championship is sliding away, and so the kids will take a break, back with a run home to the finish. Welcome back to a frantic Fujitsu 200 at Manfeild.
Lights are off from the safety car. It's going to peel off, and we're racing again.
Looks like the rain has eased as well for the restart. Foggy will control what happens here. Remember what happened to Beard in race 1? He started in the first part of the restart and ended up in 4th by the end of the first lap.
Now, you know, we can see from the start of the race, we could only see 2 or 3 cars. Now we can see half the field. That's how quick this circuit will dry. If we don't have any rain, you know, continuously full, this circuit will pump itself dry, maybe 7 or 8 laps.
Inky Tulloch, and there goes the Rainmaster, Adam Brook.
God, he's what, first, second, up to 4th place already.
See, the Cantab's good with sweat in it. He knows how to handle that versatile BA Falcon.
He just loves these conditions.
Fogg still holding the lead. Williams, Anderson.
You'll see that Dale Williams is in front of Andrew Anderson. What happens in racing in New Zealand, if the red flag comes out, they actually take the official results back a lap. Hence, that's why Dale Williams was in front of Andrew Anderson at the time.
Porter and McIntyre side by side. What's that at the back of McIntyre's car?
Yeah, I don't know. If you look, there's actually a black hole where the window is. I dare say, for one reason or another, the rear window, I should say, is actually gone out of that car.
Well, this is the view from the front, so he's got the front windscreen.
If the rear window's gone, he definitely won't have a fogging problem on the front one.
So he's been in the dramas too, along with, he'll know that Kane Scott's had problems because the team will be telling him on the radio. But he's got his own problems here to sort out as well as he tries to threads his way through, down the inside, stuff the grass.
Yeah, that always makes me nervous. We saw that with Andrew Anderson in the first couple laps. Yeah, it's not nice.
Just looking out the window, I see that Andy Booth hasn't restarted, so this is a real turning point in the championship. That'll play in the hands of Beardo to try and take over third place. There he is, but there's no Boothie out there.
No, Kane Scott's folded, and Johnny McIntyre so far is capitalising on that as well.
So Eddie Bell, Inky Tulloch, Paul Manuel moving his way up.
That rear window is... There it is, look at that. Rear window has gone completely out of Johnny McIntyre's car.
Aircon.
It's just strange how that can happen. It can't fall out by itself. Humanly impossible. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's had a hit in the back. Oh, here we go. Oh, here the car wheel spin looking for traction on the wet grass.
Andrew Porter saying, do you mind?
Yeah, I'm coming through. Did I go left or right or through you?
Just sort out which way you're going and stay out of my line. Look at McIntyre's car. Oh, drama there for John Penny and
no.
the wild man. Dean Perkins, nowhere to go.
That's actually quite a fairly sizable hit as well.
So let's relive some more amazing moments here. There's that windscreen of McIntyre as John Penny just goes wide. Hepburn round the inside. They tangle. Richards tries to avoid it and then nowhere to go for poor old Dean Perkins.
Yeah, well, Joel Penny actually got hit by two cars, so Dean didn't do all the damage to it.
Here's the hydraulic best under pressure moment. You're on board Simon Richards. This will see this drama unfold up in front. There they touch, they rub. He says, right, I'm going to get away from this. I'll see you later, Jono.
Just clipped it.
Oh, and he's up towards Higgins.
It's actually lucky he didn't get in on the way through.
Keeping it cool under pressure and then rejoining the track. Man, nothing but non-stop slipping and sliding today, and there's more action here.
And as we predicted a couple of laps, you'll start seeing the circuit start to dry. You'll see some parts of it are very shiny, the other parts dull. Good move down the inside by Adam Brock. Didn't quite make it pull off, but I think he'll get the run here.
Dale Williams and that Stabby Craft Ford.
It's coming down the inside anyway.
Trying to cut off that inside line. They dodging with,
And you'll see there, Clint, exactly what we talked about in previous parts of the show, how the circuit funnels in. It's always a danger. You get a run down, all of a sudden you're presented with grass, nowhere to go.
Well, it's deadly dodging, dancing with the white line on the grass, aren't you?
We unfortunately saw Paul Peterson take that dance on. It didn't work out too well.
It was his last dance. McIntyre. That's the view of the Oryx Commodore. Manuel up in front. Now it's side by side, and he's got a chance to take him. Oh, no, he won't. The Holden man will nail it into the hairpin.
It's Johnny McIntyre going for a championship. Probably could have stayed there, but may have jeopardised both him and Paul Manuel's race.
But man, hasn't it fallen into his lap this weekend? They've done all the hard work and testing, had great car speed, on target for perhaps going for a clean sweep if he can work his way through the field.
What's the crossover here? May actually pick up one, probably both places, I dare say. Manuel's actually doesn't look like, but he's actually boxed in here. No. Prove a liar out of me. Made the place up on Dale Williams instead.
But now look, he loves this inside line down here.
And we've seen this before, one car gets through, normally one or two can capitalise on it as well.
See if he can make a move down towards turn one Toyota.
This car is particularly noisy as well. We can hear that from the in-car footage. Can only assume it's because the rear window's not there, making the acoustics come in and out of the car.
He told us about the new cooling system he's using. He's got the fridge. That'll all still be dialed up today, even though it's like racing in a fridge at the moment.
Look how big his eyes are. Look, it's the concentration of a professional racing driver.
Even when it's wet, it's hot and heavy and hard work behind the wheel in the NZV8s. Manuel, he's got that window wound down to get a bit of extra air. There's that amazing shot of McIntyre with no rear windscreen.
Looks like Eddie Bauer and Michael Bristow having a bit of a drag race. This is going to be a battle of wits, and who's latest on the brakes is going to win here.
Did the old Leighton Hart squeezing it into Higgins.
Yeah. Bristow on the outside, Eddie Bauer on the inside. Eddie's got probably the preferred or the easier line of the two.
I don't think he's going to do it Adam Brook, though, and take him round the outside.
Yeah, interesting, though. Michael Bristow in first gear.
Eddie Bell, the mini champion, one of the contenders for the Rookie of the Year title. And there's his main rival right behind him, Craig Beard. He's won plenty of championships in Porsches and all sorts of classes, Grand Prix, but he's still a rookie in the BNTV8s.
It's interesting, and that's just the level of Craig Beard. You'll see he got on the inside of Michael Bristow, but but gave him more than enough room. So if Michael got in trouble, he had a contingency plan.
Eddie Bell driving the Independent Fisheries Ford Falcon, and it's probably better conditions for fishing today. Foggy, he's out in front, right behind him.
Yeah, 3 Rainmasters in a row. 2 Fords, 1 Holden.
So it's Foggy. Anderson had that chance to win the first race until he went off. Was leading up front. Fogg, he's had plenty of drama this weekend as well.
You see the track starting to dry. The visual cue for us all at home. Less spray coming off the back of the cars.
It's exactly where he took out Paul Pedersen in the first race. And of course, Pedersen's, well, he's had the big DNF today.
Looking very casual, very relaxed inside the LG Ford Falcon.
They make it look so easy, don't they?
They do, trust me. It looks deceiving.
Smooth as fast, and being relaxed behind the wheel sometimes can be the smoothest way to be fast.
And here I'm just tenderly throttle Craig Beard having a good run here with Dale Williams.
Williams coming back. McIntyre up in front of Manuel now.
Dale Williams and Craig Beard both giving each other enough racing room to get through that corner okay. Looking for the crossover.
Started on pole, remember, Craig Beard for this weekend. Not for this race, but certainly for race 1. Looked like he was heading for a win, and then it all turned to custard right about there.
These guys are having a good battle. Nice, clean scrap.
Good, hard, fast racing on wet tyres. Slippery conditions. But it is drying out, and you can see that definite racing line developing.
Definitely Craig Beard on the inside, but Dale Williams still got the preferred line here.
Plenty of battles right throughout the field. This is on board the Fujitsu heat pump Ford of Kane Scott. He's still been one of about 4 guys with 100% finishing record so far in the series. So even though he can see his championship lead slipping away, and right now he still wants to finish to bring home the Ford to pick up some points, stay in contact.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. He's picking, one off a lap here, one off a lap there. Next challenge in front of him will be Michael Bristow. Interesting to know, Timmy Edgell showing some good car speed.
Always been very fast on the Fridays and also very fast competitive in the races. Eddie Bell not giving in though. McIntyre down the inside of Brook to move up into the top 3.
Keep in mind, Johnny McIntyre started at the last row. It's an outstanding drive.
He's had an outstanding weekend and he's after more. Now you've got Foggy and Anderson up in front. So I wonder what's going through McIntyre's brain as he's looking up, seeing these 2 guys. I wonder what's going to happen up here. As Fogg just drifts wide.
Oh, no.
Anderson's got a chance.
He's got the run down the inside. He's now got the preferred line, but he's on the grass. He's gone up high. Oh,
contact. Fogg coming back out of the hairpin. Anderson moves more. Contact. Fogg onto the grass. And McIntyre says, thanks very much, boys.
Now, the other problem, look at the front of Angus Fogg's car. You see all the grass in it? Okay, the problem that's going to occur may cause that car to overheat. It is cold, it is certainly raining, so there's still a lot of moisture around. These cars, without much restriction, 2 or 3 laps and it's all over.
On board with Johnny McIntyre, that's the view of Andrew Anderson. Can he hang on for the win now in the ITM Commodore?
Well, the laps are counting down, so there's only probably another 1 or 2 maybe opportunities for him to get there.
Gee, look how fast McIntyre closes under brakes. Anderson slipping out onto the last lap. No, he spun it around by himself. Can you believe it? Johnny says, oh, thanks Foggy first, and now thanks Andrew Anderson.
He had 7 corners to go and it was his. You couldn't write a script to dictate how this race has panned out, could you?
And he's going to, well, can he hold on to the finish now? McIntyre. Brook and Manuel further back down the field. Well, what a race of changing fortunes. Brook, Manuel in the Oryx Commodore.
There's actually 2 good battles. This is one right in front of us here, Adam Brook, Paul Manuel, but also Andrew Anderson and Craig Beard.
Beardo making a late charge on Andrew Anderson, who's recovered from the big spinner. It was the come-in spinner.
Clint, imagine being in Johnny McIntyre's seat 2 laps ago. He said, well, I'm in 3rd, 2 fast, fierce competitors in front of me. Maybe I'll consolidate 3rd place knowing where Kane Scott was. Bang, half a lap later, you're leading the race.
He just can't believe his luck, but he'll be, well, he's on target for an historic 3-peat in the NZV8s. A rare feat to be able to win all 3 races in the weekend. and he will take a commanding lead into Pukekohe. A victory slide for Johnny McIntyre.
Absolutely outstanding drive, starting from the back of the field.
Last to first, and he gets the job done in style in the wet. And takes the lead in the championship. McIntyre first, Fogg second, Brooke coming home from third. Manuel Anderson slipped back to fifth. Beardo up to sixth. Kane Scott coming home in eighth place to limit the damage in the points loss to Johnny McIntyre.